Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be continuing back on the like living in the city of Toronto, and also the apartment and homes, for example condos and private buildings that they have renting, and even like just give you roughly a cost that they're renting out these places for. Don't take me on it like specific, because I'm just giving you a rough estimate. I'm gonna let you know that, for example, myself, I am living in government housing, and it's basically called like the TCHC. That's like for Toronto Housing Toronto Community Housing Corporation. Yeah, that's it. So what that basically means is that although I'm working, I'm paying like 30% of the rent where my income is, right? So for me, I'm almost paying a good chunk. Unlike some people, they maybe not paying a whole lot, because maybe they're on some kind of a disability, or they're just on like government supplement, or like welfare per se, so they may get it a little bit better. But once you're working, you're going to be paying, and depends on how much your income is, you're going to be paying. So myself, I know that I am paying a fairly good amount, but at the end of the day, one of the great thing I like about the situation is that in case if anything was supposed to happen to me on my job or anything like that, I could literally go to the office or go to them and let them know that, you know what, this is my income situation and I cannot pay the whole amount. This is what I can afford. And you know what, they're quite reasonable. They will sit with you and they will go over everything with you and give you a different income to pay. But for example, if I was supposed to be living into a private building where these private corporation, a lot of them right now, they're renovating a lot of these apartment buildings and keeping them updated. So that comes with a lot of high costs in the rent. And not only that, most of them now you have to pay for utility. So at one point, give and take about over 10 years ago, most of these units, like you would rent them, they will tell you that utility is included. But unfortunately now, most of these buildings, like for example, if I was supposed to move out of my unit right now, maybe the next person who is coming in, they're going to apply utility in their costs of rent. And that's how it is around the city. So the utility can really mess up a lot of people, because it's not just the rent but utility. What does that include? It includes the light and the water. Say you're using an AC in the summertime, that can bring up your utility a little bit. So you have to be mindful. You can't just leave your lights on or your water running however you feel anymore. So that in itself, I can tell you, can make someone has to push to have to be working that full-time and part-time job, because paying the regular rent, paying for utility, you need to have your phone, you may have a car, like I said, insurance, and the bills just goes on, right? So I'm telling you, it can be pretty costly, like living in the city. But mind you, it's like you're getting some really nice like buildings to live in, because especially like over 20 years ago, most of those buildings that was built, they built with the the bedroom units, they're bigger, not like now. The living room, they're bigger. Right now, you get most of these new buildings, and the units are quite small. So for me, it's like we would call it like a box, because you basically can't go out and buy like regular furniture per se. Like from the furniture store, you may have to go to the favorite place like IKEA. IKEA is one of those stores that you buy your furniture, it's in a box, you bring it home and you unpack it, you fix it up in your home, and it's just compact, it's just perfect for that little small space. I might just get into that with you at some other with some other series, or I will share that with you, because that is quite interesting. Because right now, like, my unit is quite it's a regular unit, so it's kind of big if someone come inside there at this point, compared to the new units. But again, like, I want to just continue to say, in condos, they are renting out a lot of condos in the city. A lot of people come in this city, they rent out the condos, and condos, basically when you rent someone's condo, you're basically paying their mortgage. Simple as that. And even more, you're paying for their mortgage and plus, especially if you're live in the downtown area and just certain part of the city, it can be pretty costly. But I have to tell you this, majority of the immigrants that's coming in the city of Toronto, trust me, they have money. They have money, because it's most of the time, it's not the regular Canadians who were born here or renting out or buying these places. Most of the time it's the immigrants that are buying out these places, and when they buy them, they rent them out. So some of the time those renting can be even for student, which is so wonderful, because it help out the student for living arrangement. Like, they don't have to worry, because there's so many people, they buy their condos, they rent it out to a lot of students, and they actually help the students in a lot of ways, especially close to the universities and colleges in the city. Like, guys, I'm telling you, this city, it has its downfall and it has its highs at the same time. And that's why you see a lot of people, they don't want to leave the city. And a lot of Toronto is just wonderful to live. There's so much at your door as you go out. Like, if you say that you're bored, trust me, you're the one that wants to be a bored person, because as you go out, it's like, once the weather is nice, whatever you classify your weather is, it could be, some people are winter people, some are summer like myself, some are spring or fall. Once you're out there, there is so much to do, there is so much you can engage in. Not only that, the community, there is so many multicultural people in this community. Like, you cannot just say you go into a community and it's just one set. You might find a majority of a certain group of people or culture of people, but there is going to be that mixing pot right there. There's going to always be that mixture of people, and that's what makes it interesting, and that's what makes it beautiful to live in this city. But all I can say to you is that the living and the renting, I should say, in this city, it's quite costly. A lot of people, they never expected it. I think some people, they have done their research before coming in, but the ones them who were surprised, they have to be like everyone else. They come, they work, they do their 2 and 3 jobs very easily. When I said 2 and 3 jobs, that's like the typical. If you are talking to a lot of Torontonians, especially in the city, we are working like 2 and 3 jobs. And would I say that it's a great thing? No, because a lot of time it take away from the family, and it really impact the children, and it also put a lot of damper on marriages, where you see marriages just go up in smoke because guess what? Mom and dad, they're not spending enough time together. Okay, the children are here, they're not getting that interaction with mom and dad. But at the end of the day, you're saying to yourself, you have to do what you have to do to survive. Right? You have to do what you have to do to get to the next level. You have to do what you have to do to also help family members either back home or right here with you, right? So there are so much things that are going on in this city, and with the people that live in this city, that make it quite interesting. At the same time, it make it very I should say it make it very tiresome at times, because I don't think a lot of people, they think that they were just gonna come and have to put so much work in. Like, everyone know hard work pay off. Don't get me wrong. Hard work, it does pay off. But sometimes this hard work, it takes so much away from yourself, your family, especially your children. In this city, till it costs you more. It costs a lot more than you gain. So I just want to say that anyone that's coming in this city to live, do your homework, do your research. If you know anyone that's living here, ask them, inquire for you, see which area would be more suitable for you, right? Because you could live in the city as well as you could live out of the city, and it could be a lot better for you as well as it could be a lot more costly, because then you have to think about transportation. And if you're not someone who has your license and wants to drive, then you may have to take the GO train and also take the TTC, which is the norm, right? But for convenience sake, you may want to have a car, and in a lot of ways it kind of work out a lot better. But like I said, you have so many choices here, to the point where you can't say you cannot move around, because this city don't leave you anywhere paralyzed where you cannot go around. You can move. Whatever you need to get done, it is there. What should I say? It's like there is ways of getting around. Most importantly, even if you're someone who is disabled, this city has so much going on for people who are disabled, because you have simple thing as a wheel trans. They will literally come to your house. All you have to do is call them, make an appointment. They will literally come to your door, pick you up, bring you to your appointment, to your destination, and bring you back home, just like that. There's just so much. There's Uber, there's the taxi, there's just so much going on here. It's just crazy. It's just endless. So but like I said to you, living here is just not easy either. You gotta have thick skin, and you have to know that there's gonna be a lot of sacrifices behind that. But anyways, if anyone, like I said, is going through or is experiencing any of these things that I'm saying that I'm going through, look, comment down below, okay? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also to press that like button, and you know how it goes.